What is the perception that the public universities in Canada are trying to build for the international students?
Absolutely. The big thing about Canada right now is in London, we have 4,000 open positions and we need students from all over the globe to help us drive that economy. We have IT, business, and health programs. There's such a tremendous need. And so it's really important that our friends across the globe help us fill that gap. And, London is a fantastic city.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of AECC Thoughtcast. I am your host, Cheshta, and today we have with us Mr. Dave Schwartz. He is the Executive Director at Fanshawe College, Canada. He will be answering some very important questions for you all, so stay tuned. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
Could you briefly introduce your role at the Fanshawe College for the audience and also tell how it helps in the international student recruitment?
Fantastic. Well, thank you for having me here today. It's such a pleasure. My name's Dave Schwartz. I look after all things marketing, recruitment, international, social web for Fanshawe College. And it's a new role. I took it over in June, so I'm excited. And really the big thing for me is how do we make that seamless experience for students coming both domestically, internationally, and they feel like Fanshawe is their new home.
That's great. How is the experience so far?
It's fascinating. This is my first trip to India and I'm absolutely loving it. The food is terrific. The people are wonderful. And I'm excited to see how I can help that journey because we do such a good job already welcoming students. But how do we elevate that experience to make sure that people really feel at home when they come to Fanshawe?
That's nice. So, could you help us understand what is the perception that the public universities in Canada are trying to build for the international students?
Absolutely. The big thing about Canada right now is in London, we have 4,000 open positions and we need students from all over the globe to help us drive that economy. We have IT, business, and health programs. There's such a tremendous need. And so it's really important that our friends from across the globe help us fill that gap. And, London is a fantastic city.
Great. So, how do you think Fanshawe College is standing out of the other public universities?
Well, we are really focused on all our programs really meet the industry need, right? So we really strive. We have program advisory committees, which are industry focused, that align our programs to what the industry needs. And that's how we really stand out because not only is it hands-on experiential learning, which is different than universities, we really make sure that the student is ready for jobs of today and also tomorrow. And I think that's our really a key part of what we do. Plus, you're going to have some fun at Fanshawe College too.
So, like you just mentioned that you provide some hands-on experiences to the students. Could you maybe tell us about some of the internship opportunities or other learning opportunities that you offer?
Absolutely. So we call them co-ops and internships and placements as well. But really, each program has opportunities to involve themselves with real industry partners. And a lot of those partners hire those students afterwards. But we have over 30 co-op consultants at Fanshawe alone, and each program has one of those consultants in career. And when you come to Fanshawe, we want to make sure that you're ready because, cover letters and resumes are different. So we are career services led by Darlene. She's a great star in our organization. She's going to make sure that her team helps those students really understand what it takes to get a job in Canada.
A dedicated team for the students
Absolutely.
sounds really motivational. Okay, Dave. So there is, I think a lot of students are confused between this. Can you tell us what is the difference between a university and a college in Canada?
Absolutely. London, we have Western University is a sister to our college, and we provide different functions, really. Both are great. University and colleges are both special places. Universities, it's more theoretical and book style, but we actually see a lot of those students come to Fanshawe where they get the career training, the experiential. So colleges are really focused on the hands-on learning, the experiential learning, the skill-based, what you need to get a career at Fanshawe or outside in the industry. So that's really the big difference. Both are unique learning opportunities, but we see a lot of people come to Fanshawe so they can start a career, not just learn theoretical.
Okay. When you say that, this college helps build careers, so
Yes.
would you like to share some success stories?
Oh, there's so many. When we look at it, we have over 200,000 alumni, 220 now, I think, and they're very successful. We have an 87% career success rate. That means you're going to go into the career of what you're studying. That's tremendous, and something we have to be proud of. I mean, I won't pick on any one person, but we have people that pursue their dreams and pursue their passions and start restaurants and open businesses, right? And even if it's a small thing, in Canada, especially entrepreneurship, we have Leap Junction, which helps any student, right, start their business. One of the things about career services too, that's available for the life of the student. So when you graduate, we don't close the door. You are able to come back to Fanshawe at any point in time.
So you're offering something for everyone?
Absolutely. And I think one of the special parts is I get to meet people here, right? And I get to see them through the school, and I always see them in the hallways, and we smile and laugh. And then we get to see them cross the stage. And then, when they open a business, they invite me to experience their business. And that's a very special part of my job.
That's what makes you stand out.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so not just this, I feel the location at which the college is established, London,
Right.
Ontario,
Yes,
that also helps a lot of opportunities for the students.
absolutely. So I'm not originally from London. I came to London 20 years ago, and I was like, what's so special about London? And, Fanshawe is located on 100 acres, and we have our own living lab for horticulture right on campus. So it's a different feel, right? London is a big student city, right? Because with Western and Fanshawe, there's almost 80,000 students, right? Which is a lot for a little, city that we consider London. But it's easy to get outside. We have our own little ski hill right in London. It's got the big city feel downtown, but we have lots of parks and walkways and the greeneries and open spaces. And that's the special part. You can be around people and you can get off the beaten path as well. When we talk about London, it's very welcoming to students because we appreciate students. And it's a lot of fun. If you want to have fun, you can go down on a Friday or Saturday night, and there's a great vibe downtown. But we're also serious about studies too. So don't forget about that.
Balance is important.
Indeed.
Okay. So do you offer any scholarships that can help the students financially?
Absolutely. It's tough times across the globe right now. Right now, we're offering for international students a $2,000 entrance bursary or a $14,000 for a family scholarship where you can bring your spouse. So it helps quite a bit for those students thinking about coming to Fanshawe.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Are there any new programs or recent developments that you've done at the Fanshawe College and you'd like to talk about for the students to know?
Sure. We're always developing new programs, new grad certs. And one of the things we're proud of is because we're not just, you might come for one certificate or a grad cert, but there's endless opportunities for continual training. We launched our standalone 4-year nursing degree. We have lots of degrees. Some people don't think that you can have a degree at a college. Well, we have lots of great degrees that are industry focused. Again, we always want to make sure that you have a career at the end of this. One of the things that we've just invested is $25 million in a simulation lab. So it's AI simulation, all in the health sciences area. So when you're going for a health sciences program, you're going to be studying in some of the most advanced labs in Canada and also the globe. So we're very proud of that. That will open up next year.
Can you shed some more light on the courses that you were just mentioning that are driven by the AI now?
The AI side of things? So we're one of our goals is trying to get AI, because it's part of our life, it's part of our DNA now, into every program. So it's not just a few, but when you think about any type of first response or when you're helping others in human simulation, it's important that students have the ability to practice, both like if we look at nursing, right? We have simulation labs that you can actually practice, right? Not only on mannequins, but in a virtual setting as well. But we're also a research lab. So we're developing the content that their students are going to be studying. Students are going to be developing the content for future students. So that's really important. So we're trying to integrate AI into every program that we have.
Okay, thank you. One last thing that I would like to understand about the college is now if somebody wants to apply, and our listeners, if they want to take the next step, put on their applications, can you share a brief process on how they can apply?
Sure. And I think it's with great partners like yourself where you can find out a lot of information. Of course, the website for Fanshawe is where you want to begin to understand things, but then you want to talk to partners for the application side of things to make sure that your program and your fit and all your documents are aligned, right? And then that submits into our system, and we pride ourselves on exceptional turnaround times for offers. And then we have to get you ready to we give you a PAL, which is a provincial attestation letter, a fancy word of saying welcome to Canada. And we're going to get you ready to make sure you get that student visa. And, it does take a little bit of time. So start early and work with a partner and make sure that you get your paperwork in line. And then we'll help you along that process. And then ultimately you get the visa, and you come to Canada and you have a wonderful life and get an amazing career. That's what my hope is.
So, Dave, thank you so much for sharing the process in detail.
Right.
But I was just curious to understand that, if some student who is willing to come study at the Fanshawe College but has certain questions that they want to ask from the students who are at the campus right now, is there a way for that?
Absolutely. Picking a program is a tough choice, right? We have over 200 programs at Fanshawe, and students sometimes want to know what's one versus the other. We have a unique platform. It's called TAP. We have 80 current students that can answer your questions. And it could be really questions about the program. It could be questions about London, questions about Fanshawe. It's all there to help future students understand what it's really like at Fanshawe. So we encourage everybody to ask those questions because there's people standing by ready to answer your questions.
All right, students, take notes and do not forget to apply to Fanshawe College. Okay, Dave. So apart from the extracurricular activities that we've spoken about and the promising career that the Fanshawe College offers, do we have anything else that, makes the college stand out?
Thanks for the question. It's not just about inside the classroom. It's about having a good time when you're there, meeting new friends, right? And that's one thing that we encourage because we have over 200 club sports. We have a wellness center that's brand new and it's big. We have gyms. We have cricket and badminton and all the sports and outside. It's really important that the students experience. We have a very active Fanshawe Student Union, and they make sure that it's multicultural, right? Because it's important that domestic students, right, Canadian students, learn about other cultures and other cultures learn about Canada. And that cross mingling, those activities are very important. So we have over 21 places to eat and chill and lots of student spaces, both inside and out. Not right now. It's a little cold, but it's beautiful spring, and we encourage students to really stay on campus and meet new friends.
That certainly sounds interesting.
It is. But one story that I'm really proud of, even though I said I wouldn't mention names, is Mr. Paul from India. He was a Distinguished Alumni Award winner for starting a company called Taxably. And it helps new students, new Canadians file their taxes in Canada. And it's really a shining success. But, we feature all our alumni that we're, accomplished alumni and alumni winners on LinkedIn. And with 220,000 alumni across the globe, we're pretty proud of our graduate class. So,
guys, you need to apply fast because you could be next.
Thank you very much. This has been good.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much, Dave, for sharing such valuable insights with us. And thank you all our listeners for tuning in today. If you found today's episode helpful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.